Ladies and gentlemen, here's clip 4, then we'll debate.
देश की जनता ने हमें जब पहली बार सेवा करने का अवसर दिया तो हमने पहले कार्यकाल में यूपीए के समय के जो गड्ढे थे वो गड्ढे भरने में हमारा काफी समय और शक्ति लगी। हम पहले कार्यकाल में वो गड्ढे भरते रहे। हमने दूसरे कार्यकाल में नए भारत की नींव रखी और तीसरे कार्यकाल में हम विकसित भारत को निर्माण को नई गति देंगे। आदरणीय अध्यक्ष जी, पहले कार्यकाल में हमने स्वच्छ भारत, उज्ज्वला, आयुष्मान भारत, बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ, उसी प्रकार से सुगम्य भारत, डिजिटल इंडिया, ऐसे कितने ही जनहित के कामों को अभियान का स्वरूप देकर के आगे बढ़ाए। टैक्स व्यवस्था आसान हो, इसके लिए जीएसटी जैसे निर्णय लिए और हमारे इन कामों को देख करके जनता ने भरपूर समर्थन दिया। जनता ने बहुत आशीर्वाद दिए, पहले से भी ज्यादा आशीर्वाद दिए और हमारा दूसरा कार्यकाल प्रारंभ हुआ। कांग्रेस की जो मानसिकता है जिसका देश को बहुत नुकसान हुआ, कांग्रेस ने देश के सामर्थ्य पर कभी भी विश्वास नहीं किया। वे अपने आप को शासक मानते रहे और जनता जनार्दन को हमेशा कमतर आंकते गए, छोटा आंकते गए। आदरणीय अध्यक्ष जी, देश के नागरिकों के लिए कैसा सोचते थे मैं जानता हूं, मैं नाम बोलते ही उनको जरा चुभन होगी, लेकिन 15 अगस्त लाल किले से प्रधानमंत्री नेहरू ने जो कहा था वो मैं जरा पढ़ता हूं। लाल किले से भारत के प्रथम प्रधानमंत्री ने जो कहा था वो पढ़ रहा हूं, नेहरू जी ने। उन्होंने कहा था, हिंदुस्तान में काफी मेहनत करने की आदत आम तौर से नहीं है। हम इतना काम नहीं करते जितना कि यूरोप वाले या जापान वाले या चीन वाले या रूस वाले या अमेरिका वाले करते हैं। ये नेहरू जी लाल किले से बोल रहे हैं। यह न समझिए, यह न समझिए कि यह न समझिए कि वह कौमें, ये न समझिए कि वह कौमें कोई जादू से खुशहाल हो गई। वो मेहनत से हुई है और अक्ल से हुई है। ये उनको सर्टिफिकेट दे रहे हैं, भारत के लोगों को नीचा दिखा रहे हैं। यानी नेहरू जी की भारतीयों के प्रति सोच थी कि भारतीय आलसी है। नेहरू जी की भारतीयों के लिए सोच थी कि भारतीय कम अक्ल के लोग होते हैं। हमें देश के सामर्थ्य पर भरोसा है, हमें लोगों की शक्ति पर भरोसा है। आदरणीय अध्यक्ष जी, देश की जनता ने हमें जब पहली बार सेवा करने का अवसर दिया तो हमने पहले कार्यकाल में यूपीए के समय के जो गड्ढे थे वो गड्ढे भरने में हमारा काफी समय और शक्ति लगी। हम पहले कार्यकाल में वो गड्ढे भरते रहे। हमने दूसरे कार्यकाल में नए भारत की नींव रखी और तीसरे कार्यकाल में हम विकसित भारत को निर्माण को नई गति देंगे। आदरणीय अध्यक्ष जी, मोदी ने उनको पूछा जिनको पहले कोई पूछता तक नहीं था।
And ladies and gentlemen, on the debate, I have with me Sanju Verma and Suhail Seth on one side. Suhail backs the Prime Minister's speech. Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP. We have the Samajwadi Party's Vivek Silas and backing the Aam Aadmi Party, Dr. Piyush Joshi. Vivek Silas, I want to start with you first. And Piyush Joshi. How wonderful that the Prime Minister exposed Nehru, a Prime Minister who said that Indians lack intellect. A Prime Minister who from the Red Fort said, you Indians, you are lazy. Indians are lazy. Chinese are not lazy. Indians lack intellect. Europeans have intellect. How unfortunate. The Prime Minister followed it up by saying, Vivek and Piyush, that he has faith in 140 crore Indians. 25 crore have been lifted out of poverty in his years because they got sadhan, sansadhan and swabhiman, resources, opportunities, pride. This is very important because if a leader runs down his own people, if you have people like Rajiv Gandhi, पैसे नहीं पहुंचते गरीब को, बड़ा पेड़ गिरता है, जमीन हिलती है, लोग मरते हैं, इंडियंस में बुद्धि नहीं है, इंडियंस में क्षमता नहीं है, इंडियंस में कुछ काम करने की इच्छा नहीं है. These kind of prime ministers we have had. So Vivek and Piyush, first of all, don't look so disappointed. It's not over till it's over. But please respond to these comments of the prime minister.
Yes, first of all, very good evening to you, Arnab. I think the Honorable Prime Minister has taken India and the people of India for granted. That is why he has said that the Bharatiya Janata Party is going to win 370 seats and the NDA would get, say, around 400 plus. That is what he said. I think it is, it is for the people of India to decide that who is going to get what at the end of the day. It's not the Prime Minister that who can decide it in the Parliament. I think it is an insult to the voters of India what he said. The Prime Minister also talked about Ayushman and Ujjwala in his speech. I was hearing his speech very, very carefully. But he did not mention the CAG report, that how corruption has been done in Ayushman Yojana and Ujjwala Yojana both. He talked about GST, but he didn't even speak a word about the demonetization and the after effects of demonetization. He talked about Khadi also, very surprisingly. But he forgot to mention that he wears a suit of 10 lakhs and he changes his dresses 4 times a day. He talked about 2 crore. He couldn't give 2 crore jobs, but today he talked about 3 crore Lakpati Didi. That is an irony, it is something incredible. बेटियों की भी बात की और नोटबंदी में बेटियों की कैसे उन्होंने इंसल्ट की थी, सबने देख किस तरह से मजाक उड़ाया. मणिपुर में क्या हुआ बेटियों के साथ, उस पर एक शब्द नहीं बोला. हमारी रेसलर्स के साथ क्या हुआ उन्होंने नहीं let me I just take 10 seconds more, ना please give me 10 seconds. Today our Honorable Prime Minister ने आइसक्रीम की बात की कि महंगी आइसक्रीम खा सकते हैं, कोई फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर बोल सकते हैं, लेकिन उन्होंने निर्मला जी की बात नहीं की जिन्होंने कहा हम तो लहसुन प्याज खाते ही नहीं है तो हमको क्या पता उसका क्या रेट हो. उन्होंने कहा मुझ पे जितना जुल्म कर सको जुल्म कर लो. उन्होंने ये भी कहा, मैं बहुत पंजू जी बिल्कुल कहा, लेकिन जुल्म तो मोदी जी ने देश की जनता पे किया है. जिस तरह से गरीबी, महंगाई, बेरोजगारी, शिक्षा, स्वास्थ्य में काम नहीं हो रहा है और जिस तरह से लगातार भ्रष्टाचार बढ़ता जा रहा है। किसानों की बात की उन्होंने कि आय दुगनी करने की बात तो उन्होंने 2022 में की थी। संजू जी, क्या हुआ? आय दुगनी हो गई क्या? किसानों को आप लोग ने आतंकवादी और पाकिस्तानी और खालिस्तानी क्या क्या नहीं बोला, उनके सामने कीले निकल आप लोग ने गाड़ दी कि वो आगे नहीं आ पाए। 750 किसानों की शहादत हो गई, लेकिन आप लोग पे असर नहीं हुआ और आखिरी में कानून को वापस
Vivek, Silas.
Response time.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Vivek, Silas, I need to just correct you. Vivek, Silas.
Go on, Abhishek, go on. If you're
Vivek, Silas,
interrupting,
before
interrupt him right now,
Sanju
then take it
Verma
forward.
gives you a political response as BJP, or no, I just want to make a quick point. Vivek, Silas said, surprisingly, Prime Minister mentioned Khadi. Now, I need to, bring some facts. When Prime Minister Modi took over in 2014, the annual turnover of Khadi and Village Industries Commission, which is the body which takes care of Khadi as an industry in India, was 8,000 crore rupees, less almost $1 billion. Today it is 1,35,000 crore rupees, more than any FMCG multinational in the country.
Okay.
And that's because Prime Minister Modi's focus on Khadi, push for Khadi and commitment to Khadi. So I think that fact I wanted to bring to the notice of Silas, who is surprised by Prime Minister's mention of Khadi. And another quick point before the debate gets political, Arnab. Nehru was very confident of himself. He could wine and dine and whatever with the best in the world. But he was not confident about his own people, the people he led. But Prime Minister Modi is, of course, confident about himself, and that is the reason why he's saying BJP is going to get 370 seats and NDA 400, and he's confident about the people of the country also. That's the difference.
Because, yeah. Correct. Let Sanju respond now to the initial comments in response to
Thank
this.
you. Arnab, I'll start with a quote from one of my favorite movies by one of my favorite actors, Brad Pitt, in this movie called The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. There's a saying, there's a line which, has stuck on with me. It says our lives are defined by opportunities, even the ones that we miss. And I dare say, the BJP's trajectory in the last 10 years under the aegis of Prime Minister Narendra Modi is defined by every opportunity that has been handsomely capitalized. And on the flip side, the Congress has defined itself by every opportunity that it has willfully and deliberately chosen to ignore and miss. That is the harsh reality. Now, coming to some hard facts, people accuse me, oh, she rattles data. Because I think data does not lie, and I would rather engage in data than in flippant rhetoric. The Prime Minister laid down the tenor ahead of 2024 by giving out relevant statistics. But since the Samajwadi panelist said, ye nahi hua, wo nahi hua, I would urge you to first listen to my video, which is going quite viral on Twitter. I've showcased how, by virtue of 28 lakh people joining the EPFO and ESIC every month, we are talking of 3.34 crore subscribers every year, which means in the last 10 years, 33.6 crore subscribers were added, roughly 34 crore, assuming that only 63% of these are new joinees in the 18 to 25 age bracket. That means effectively in the last 10 years, we've not added 20 crore jobs. How many jobs did we add? We added 21.42 crore jobs. That is simple mathematics. Now, don't disturb me. Point number 2. This entire bogey of inflation, inflation par Pradhan Mantri baat nahi karte. So I've done a calculation, and this is numbers that I've gotten from the World Bank. It's not numbers that I've culled out from my hat. 10 years of Sonia Gandhi / Manmohan Singh government from 2004 to 2014, average inflation, retail inflation, which I'm talking of, was 10.4%. Average retail inflation under the Modi government in the last 10 years, despite two black swan events, a global pandemic, the worst in over 100 years, and the Russia-Ukraine conflict in 2022. Despite two black swan events, the average retail inflation is 5.4%, below the RBI's upper band of 6%. So point number 2 is I've busted your two falsehoods pertaining to inflation and unemployment, which I encounter from this cabal of Rahul Gandhi and co on every other debate a zillion times. Now, speaking of Nehru, very quickly without being verbose, I want to add this. You know, way back between 1947 and 1964, the average GDP growth of a Japan was 7.9%, USSR 4.4%. ठीक है भाई, these economies were doing well and were considered developed even way back a couple of decades back. But imagine, even an economy like Burma grew at 3.16% between 1947 and 1964. And Arnab, do you know what was the GDP growth under Nehru between 1947 and 1964 when it comes to India? It was a measly, a pathetic 1.68%. And our life expectancy rate under Nehru was 32 years, when even sub-Saharan Africa had a life expectancy of 48 years. So there I busted your narrative with respect to Modi ji ne kuch kiya nahi, Modi ji ki guarantee ye hai, wo hai. I want to ask me, please, just indulge me for 20 seconds more. You know, when the Samajwadi Party sits here, now this is my political response. Keep the data aside for the time being. My political response, you say Narendra Modi ji ne kuch nahi kiya. बेरोजगारी बढ़ रही है, inflation बढ़ रहा है, the safety and security of the nation is on tenterhooks. Hypothetically assuming all that you're saying, your reckless allegations have a modicum of truth in them. My simple question then is, the Samajwadi Party was routed in 2017 assembly elections. In 2022 assembly elections, you said, चाहे दुनिया इधर की उधर हो जाए, Yogi Adityanath, the incumbent chief minister, will never come back to power. And what happened? For the first time in 37 long years, a sitting chief minister from the relevant party, the BJP in this case, rode back to power with 255 seats, and for all of the Samajwadi Party's false bravado on television debates, you were reduced to a measly 111 seats. And do you know, Arnab, how many seats the Samajwadi Party has in the Lok Sabha today? They got 5 seats in 2019 from Uttar Pradesh, but they lost the Rampur and the Azamgarh by-elections. Today, Samajwadi Party has a measly 3 seats in the Lok Sabha, and it is unfortunate that I have to debate with these people जो चुनाव जीतना नहीं, चुनाव हारना जानते हैं.
And now your 20 seconds are way over. Sanju, now I need to get others in. The point being, I want an analysis on this, because Sohail is one of the best brand communication experts in the country. He knows the art of messaging. His whole career is the art of messaging. In that sense, how do you review the Prime Minister's speech, or what would you think is his fundamental message?
So, 3 things here, Arnab. From his speech, it's very clear he is now in election mode. The problem is not the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is a politician. Akhilesh Yadav is a politician. Arvind Kejriwal is a politician. Rahul Gandhi, sadly, is an activist. You have to decide whether you want to be a politician or an activist. Number 1. Number 2, look at the India alliance. To my mind, the biggest mistake the opposition made was christen themselves under India. Today, that India is fractured and divisive. Imagine Akhilesh Yadav having to say that mere ko nyota hi nahi mila gaya, I wasn't even told, I have not been informed. This is the second time he said it. Mamata Banerjee launched a diatribe of the worst kind. I mean, after that, Rahul Gandhi and she can never be friends. But then, in politics, it's the art of the impossible. What is the difference between Narendra Modi and the opposition? The opposition speaks 2 kinds of languages. One, which is anti-Indian, not anti-India. Anti-Indian. It's almost as if jo bhi tarakki India kare, the opposition wants to mock it. That's the perception. And does the BJP capitalize on that perception? Of course they do, because they're a political party. They're waiting for you to stumble. Every time you question the Prime Minister, he transfers that question. देखिए, ये मेरे पे नहीं, पर भारत पे सवाल उठा रहे हैं. ये मेरी कामयाबी पे नहीं, आपकी कामयाबी पे सवाल उठा रहे हैं. So what he does is he transfers it, and the opposition is left stunned because they don't know what to do. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary is Manishankar Iyer 2.0. Everything is going swimmingly well. First, you start abusing Mamata Banerjee, who's your only ally. Next, in Parliament today, you question Balakot. You then cast aspersions on the armed forces, which are very dear to every Indian, as they should be. I mean, how many self-goals will you score? Even Maradona, from heaven must be wondering what the hell is going on. Number 3, the Prime Minister communicates in a language where messaging is very clear. I'd always joked about Narendra Modi, and he's been my briefing client. So I've told him this before he became CM and now. He should have been in advertising, but thank God he's not. He's fulfilling a larger purpose. Everything is sloganized so people can remember. Rahul Gandhi talks in a language that is indecipherable even to him. I mean, how on earth do you use coal for stoves? That itself spirals the entire population into a think, saying, what the hell is he saying? By the time the population understands what he said, Narendra Modi has moved the goalposts. Now, my point is, it's not about Narendra Modi or the BJP. The BJP is very clear, whether we like it or not. They are clear that their only purpose is to be in power, which is, by the way, the rule and the mandate for any political party. Political parties are not supposed to sit in opposition, or as the Prime Minister said, in speakers' galleries. Their job is to be in power. Arvind Kejriwal is in power, and hats off to Aam Aadmi Party for having come this far in such a short time. And it's praiseworthy. But the point is, you cannot now blame Narendra Modi for fighting the opposition.
But having said that,
he went to Ram Mandir not just to consecrate the temple.
Having said that,
what do you want him to do? Pray for an opposition? Or go to Khan Market looking to buying an opposition? No, that's not his job. It is the job of the opposition to oppose. But what's happening is the opposition today is opposing Indians. It is opposing the idea of Indianness, and it is opposing the success of India. That's the problem.